Hi, this is Alejandra. Thanks so much for coming to watch this video. It's an update on an old video that I did about free will, about our own free will, and just will in general. If you're watching and you've been with me like this whole journey since I started YouTube, thanks so much. There's definitely been a shift in the content and where these videos are going. And yeah, there's an update that I wanted to give about the one I did about will. So I went to watch it yesterday. I actually was like, what was I saying? And so I rewatched my old video, which I made literally a year ago this month. And it was very much from a place of no longer wanting my free will, right? In the video, I'm like just talking about divine will and how I just want to be immersed in that because my free will just gets in my way. And how can I call in divine will? And now looking back and thinking about a recent session that I had with this wizard, and he was telling me like, I was exiting the matrix, but like I went way too far to the point where I didn't want to be human anymore. And so I'm looking at that will video with new eyes. It was like, oh, I'm checking out. I'm subtly, slowly checking out of here. And so it's a trip. It's a trip. It's a trip. So I wanted to come on and kind of like, it's so funny. I was in this huge Ram Dass phase for like a really long time, and he would always say to his guru that when his guru was like, Ram Dass, you're gonna go back to the States. You're gonna talk. You're gonna give talks about and teachings and stuff like that. And he would always say, yeah, but I don't want to create more karma. But I don't want to create more karma. Like, and then I thought about it like, oh man, what if I left it off on that one video where subconsciously I'm checking out? I don't even want to be human anymore. And someone's like, yeah, me too. And then like I'm setting off their karma in like a crazy way. So thank you, Ram Dass, for like, calling my attention to this. So I'm going to give an update. Like, and please, what I say, don't like, feel into it and see if it resonates with you. I'm constantly changing and figuring new things out. I'm constantly course correcting, right? So I don't have all the answers. I'm finding my own answers, and mine might not be yours. So with that said, let me give some context as to how this whole divine will and this like need to be immersed in it came about. I mean, when after I had my spiritual awakening, like I was calling in Christ consciousness, right? Like from the deepest part of my soul. And so, and then my whole world started to change, right? It was happening, it was coming, it was scary. It was like, this is not all fun and games. Like I thought I would just get lighter and more spiritual and be able to handle this stuff. And it actually got harder. Didn't realize that one was coming. All right, so about a year ago, I was in Brazil, and a little more than a year ago, I was in Brazil, and I was going to be coming back to a town where I had been living the whole time. I took a break and went to Bahia for a little bit, for a couple months, and before I came back, one of my friends called me, and she's like, "Hey, Ale, I'm doing these prayers. And I think you'll like it. Like, I can't wait till you get back." And I was like, okay. Like, tell me. And she's like, it's hard to describe. I can't describe it. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. So when I got back, I went to her and I was like, all right, dude, amiga, what are these prayers? Like, let's do this. I'm ready. And she's like, okay, we're going to do it today. And these prayer sessions would last minimum 2 hours, right? It would always end in the rosary. It was a very small circle of women. I felt very, it was very gracious of them to open up the circle, right? because they had started something. And like I sort of just jumped in, and I'm so grateful I did. And we were in this small chapel at the healing center, like the main center in town, where lots of miracles would happen. People would go, they'd get spiritual interventions, like loads of miracles would happen at this place. And we're in the Santa Rita, the St. Rita's chapel. And it's this tiny, tiny little chapel. Barely room for like 8 people. And I received, so this woman who put together the prayer circle, she put together a compilation of prayers from various sources. And what she'd do is we'd pass out the papers, right? And then every woman would take turns with like one full prayer. And then there would sometimes be repeating, saying it again. And then it'd go to the next person, the next prayer, and it would go like that in a circle, okay? So on that first day, I received the prayer that I was supposed to read out loud was the invocation of the divine will. And I'm telling you, when I sat down and started reading it, this force came through my body, entered my crown chakra, and as I'm reading, it was like, like, almost like, not like I'm being pushed down with pressure, but something was going on and it was difficult to finish reading it, okay? And I kept going and I was like, you've got this, just keep doing it, but I felt something. And the woman who started the circle was sitting across from me. And after the whole prayer session, right after the rosary, after it was done, she looked at me and she's like, I saw that. I saw you call it in. And I was like, what the heck was that? This was like, oh my God. And it was so much for my system that when they met the next day, I told my friend, she was like, okay, we're meeting tomorrow. And I was like, amiga, I don't think I can do it. I think I have to rest. I don't know what the heck just happened. She was like, I get it. I totally get it. I was like, holy crap, what is this? So then I rested for a couple days and then I would go back and we prayed every single day, hours and hours of prayer. And I'm telling you, like when they talk about, like in the Our Father, like, to give us our daily bread. Oh my God. That's what it felt like in this circle of women. That's what these prayers felt like in my system. And it was like, are we going to have our bread today? I need my bread. It was like, I need the bread, And it was amazing. And it was amazing, right? So I was like touching and accessing divine will. And then, it was so blissful and awesome that then subconsciously I was like, yeah, let's just check out. These humans are stupid. No one's tapping into this stuff. Like everybody's all dense and like fighting with each other. Like I just want to be in divine will. If my free will is messing it up, then take it, right? And that's where I was when I made the video. Now that I had the reading with the wizard, and my system exploded. I said that in my last videos. Exploded. And where I used to be like living this life in the forest of like just prayer and reading books and going to the beach, all of a sudden I've jumped into like crazy action. And I'm feeling myself come back. Like I jumped into this 6-month or 8-month long coaching program to get the tools to become a life coach. And I'm already having sessions with people, like hour-long sessions, like just for practice and stuff. And I'm loving it. Like I'm loving it. I jumped into this other training where it's like create your speaking career, where like I'm going to be doing speaking engagements and I'm putting together like a package for like offerings for women and work that I want to bring into the world. And what I'm realizing is I'm really excited to have my free will again. Isn't like it's crazy, but I'm excited to create. And the thing about it is, and I guess this is why it feels so aligned, is it doesn't feel like it's coming from my ego anymore, right? I'm not trying to check off a list of like what's gonna look good to the outside world. What is success defined as in these days and time, right? None of that kind of calls me anymore. And where I feel I'm accessing my free will is directly from my heart, And that takes like courage. It feels courageous to post on social media that like, hey, I'm becoming a life coach, you want to get some time with me and I'll help coach you, and I'll get some practice too. Like that takes courage, right? And all of this, like I wanted to come on and say that I don't think free will is necessarily a bad thing. Now there is the shadow side of the free will, right? Which I also talked about in my other video I made on it, right? Where does my free will get in my way, right? Where I know I'm swimming upstream and it doesn't, everything in my body is telling me stop it, and I'm still doing it, right? That's not the free will I want to connect with anymore, right? Mine, I want it to come straight from my heart. And it just feels really nice to be back, right? Like it feels nice to want things again and have the courage to speak them, right? In my last video, I was like, do I want a relationship? Do I not? Is it because society's telling me I do? And let me tell you, when I just check in with my heart, yeah, I want a relationship. And my free will, like, just burst out of my heart so I can create it. And I want a home. Like, I don't want to be a gypsy, roaming the earth. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. And I don't think I'll ever stop traveling, right? But I want a home base, so that my parents will be happy I can get some of my stuff out of their home. Like the storage, And God willing, I want a family. I think I'd be a good mom, And it doesn't feel out of alignment to want these things. It feels very much like I'm still living in divine will to do it. So that's what I wanted to share. I hope it supports, and I hope like I help clean up some karma if like people saw the other one and was like, yeah, forget our free will, let's get out of here, get off this planet. I don't mean it like that. I was in a very different space a year ago, and today's Ash Wednesday. I love this holy season. I don't know. I think Lent is probably and Easter are my fave. I don't know. I mean, Christmas is big, but there's something about this portal that is always so sacred to me. So I'm going to be calling it in. It's a new moon. So I'm planting seeds for this. And whatever your free will is, what it speaks from your heart, just go for it. So thank you for watching. And in staying with the recommendations of this wizard and my need to have an outlet for comedy, I am excited to share with you guys my rendition of Monty Python's Brave Sir Robin. I'll give you a little background. So when I must have been in my early teens. I might have been a little younger. And my mom introduced me and my brother. I think Sophia was probably there watching it too. And she put on Search for the Holy Grail. And I'm telling you, the opening scene, we were like, Mom, wait, why do they have coconuts? Where are the horses? Like, who are these people? And we were hooked, right? We were just like, these guys are so funny and amazing. And this is the craziest movie I've ever seen in all my life. Like, it made such an impact on me that for years, my entire family quotes this. Like, all the cousins quote it, right? We'll be like eating at the table, having like conversations, and then like some random line, let's not bicker and argue about who killed who. Like we'll just throw one-liners from like all crazy movies. That's me and my cousins. So there have been, I can't even tell you how many requests where we're somewhere, like in public, maybe with people. They're like, Hannah, do Brave Sir Robin, do Brave Sir Robin. And I'm like, seriously? But, sometimes I do it, or sometimes I'm like, stop it. I'm not your monkey. No, I'm just kidding. I love performing it. So enjoy. I've got limited resources here, right? I don't have like a big movie production. So I hope you enjoy my rendition. And without further ado, thank you for watching, by the way, and subscribe if you want to get updates whenever I post these. So thank you. And without further ado, I present to you Monty Python's The Tale of Sir Robin. The Tale of Sir Robin. So each of the knights went their separate ways. Sir Robin rode forth through the dark forest of Ewing, accompanied by his favourite minstrels. Do. Bravely bold Sir Robin rode forth from Camelot. He was not afraid to die, oh brave Sir Robin. He was not at all afraid to be killed in nasty ways. Brave Sir Robin. He was not in the least bit scared to be mashed into a pulp, or to have his eyes gouged out and his elbows broken, to have his kneecap split and his body burned away, and his limbs all hacked and mangled, brave Sir Robin. His head smashed in and his heart cut out and his liver removed and his bowels unplugged and his nostrils raped and his bottom burned off and his penis... That's enough singing for today now, lads. Looks like there's dirty work afoot. Anarcho-syndicalism as a way of preserving freedom. Oh, Dennis, forget about freedom and don't drop that mud. Ominous music. Halt! Who art thou? He is brave Sir Robin, who... Shut up! Oh, nobody really, just passing through. What do you want? To fight and to... Shut up! Oh, nothing really, just to pass through, good Sir Knight. I'm afraid not. Well, actually, I am a Knight of the Round Table. You're a Knight of the Round Table? I am. Oh, in that case, I shall have to kill you. Shall I? Oh, don't think so. What do I think? Well, I say kill him. Well, let's be nice to him. Oh, quick, get the sword off. I want to cut his head off. Oh, cut your own head off. Yes, do us all a favour. What? Napping all the time? You're lucky you're not next to him. What do you mean?
You snore! No, I don't. Anyway, you've got bad breath. Well, it's only because you don't brush my teeth. Oh, what? Stop bitching and let's go have some tea. All right. We'll kill him first and then have tea and biscuits. Yes. Oh, not biscuits. All right. Not biscuits, but let's kill him anyway. Right. Hey, buggered off. So yeah, this happened. Brave Sir Robin ran away. No, bravely ran away. I didn't. When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. Yes, brave Sir Robin turned about and gallantly he chickened out. I didn't! Bravely beating to his feet, he beat a brave retreat. Bravest of the brave, Sir Robin. I never!